Ain't got no time for bird sex. That was from that show.
Okay. That was...
Bitch, I want to fly. Something like that. Or because I want to fly. I don't remember it all, guys. I'm going to go back to it, though. There he is. Mr. Paul.
So you're going to start singing R. Kelly.
I was going to go there, but I was like, no, that's digging you.
I'm not trapped in the closet.
That's a hole of like human trafficking you just don't want to ever go back into. You know, R
a lot of pee.
Is like Epstein quality human.
A lot of piss.
Yeah, a lot of. Well, I mean, that's the least of it, you know.
A lot of piss.
What's up, Paul?
If it ain't pee, I'm just saying.
So before we even get started, I do want to say this was definitely better than Jennifer's Body.
No, it wasn't.
Just to bring that travesty up again, because Paul had such a great time with that movie for some strange reason. He was so excited about that movie. He loved it. But the rest of it.
Texting Sturdy the whole time. I was like, God bless, man. This is like watching The Robe for the first time. Life-changing. But tell me I had subtitles.
I just figured you could speak any language.
That's not Spanish, and I can't speak Spanish anyway, but I'm going to use that excuse.
That'd be so. Yo, Paul, where they tell you, man? That's not Spanish.
Right.
That's hilarious.
How are you doing?
That's hilarious. How you guys doing, though? How's everyone doing tonight?
So good.
I'm doing great.
Thank you for having me again.
Of course, man. I'm happy you're here.
It's good to see all your faces.
I'm happy you're here. And
me too.
I love having Trevor on here because you get another side of Trevor on Horror with Sir Sturdy, I've noticed. Because like with Godzilla, the movies are awesome, don't get me wrong, but they're not as weird and crazy and as violent as some of the movies over here. They haven't been, at least, not yet. And Trevor likes some wild shit. Do not judge a book by its cover. This guy likes some crazy shit. I fucking love it. I'm like, oh my gosh. This is so awesome.
True.
He's like my spirit human. Where does he find all this? It's like a disguise. You know what I mean? I feel like it's like just a disguise. It's just, oh man, if we look like how what's going through in our mind, Jesus.
Not wrong.
It's the same thing I've lived with for years, in which I, worked with somebody or whatever, and like 2-3 years go by, and I say, "Whoa!" I say, "Fuck," and then they look at me like, I'm like, "What?" And written by a fucking English teacher. What do you think? I mean, but I dealt with that all my life. I just, I guess with big customer service, things like that, you were just used to being very formal. But no, it still happens, So
I think it's awesome though.
I'm like, seriously? Did you listen to anything I've said the past couple of years?
It's awesome though, because it's almost like the Clark Kent Superman thing. You just don't take the glasses off ever, or you don't even have to. They're just like, oh shit, he's both. Like, yeah, you just figured this out, guys. All he does is this. Takes the shirt off and it flies. You guys can't figure this out. Batman figured it out.
Yep.
Remember that? Batman. Look, can we talk about that really quick? Really quick. Bruce Wayne is the bravest man in the world because Superman could have killed him at any time. He had Superman's woman go on a date with him, take her out to dinner, then spy on him to figure out who he was, stand outside with the binoculars, wait for him to see because he knew he was going to see him with X-ray vision or whatever vision he has, give him a thumbs up, and say now or even or some shit. I forgot. And then just took off. Like nothing happened. That's some shit. That's some shit. Like,
not wrong.
I don't think Superman takes that from anybody else but Batman. He's like, that motherfucker is just nuts. And he probably has some kryptonite on him. Just in case I do kill him, he probably has some kryptonite that's going to just pop out as soon as he dies and kill me right after. So it's not worth it. But that's not why we're here tonight, people. I'm not here to talk about Batman. I just had to get that out because he's a brave man.
I got to get this out. Trevor, what's it like when people are surprised that you you curse, because I have the opposite effect. When I don't curse, people are like,
I-
"Oh shit, you got a vocabulary."
You know, I especially in work situations, I would have it. I'm flattered, but it always leads, you know, to what the fuck are you talking about, Willis? Yeah, so
I get it. I get it. But guys, we're here tonight to talk about Audition. Oh, and go check out Fly Girl by Queen Latifah. But wait till this episode's over. Great song. Great song.
But wait, you better wait till this is over. Then you can check it out.
You don't want this chick from Audition to come after you. She's one dangerous lady. I was scared of her. Still am. Still am. But what do you guys think of this one? James?
It was. I weirdly like it. It's like it was crazy, and that scene with the fucking foot, man. Especially now because I broke my ankle. She's just, she's doing the ankle. I was like, motherfucker. I was like, God damn.
All right, so now because you did bring that up, did you feel like a tingle in your in that ankle when you when
I'm going to tell you right now. This is what happened. I was on the couch when I started seeing that my broken ankles, that foot moved. I slid to the side.
Deeper.
Oh my God! When she kept saying that, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that lady is wild. And the thing is, it did get like confusing. It's like I understand she was like abused, but then he is like when he was hallucinating, he's like he was there, then he wasn't. Like you're like, what the fuck is going on? But just the scenes inside of that chaos was awesome. Like the dude in the wheelchair with the fucking, it looked like paper mache fucking feet.
Yeah,
he's just wild. So yeah, I enjoyed it. So,
how about you, Paul?
So if I have to find something to like, I really enjoyed the makeup. I liked how a lot of the scenes were shot. You know, the coloring made it very nostalgic and kind of fun. The storyline just kind of lost me. I think another problem with that is I'm really amped up on supplements when I was watching it. So I'm going, 100 beats a minute. And this is it's slower, and there's reading involved. So I think that played a factor in me being really bored with it because I wanted something to happen because I'm all juiced up after hitting the gym.
See, you should have rubbed one out after you hit the gym to get that juiced up out of you.
I did multiple times while I was reading the script.
No,
you took all that pre-workout.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, that makes you. Oh, that shit makes you. You get the tinglies in your forehead.
I get them in my forehead, and I was having cold sweats. Like I almost had the flu type shit. I was.
Yeah,
and I could have fought a buffalo.
Wild.
It's not.
Yeah, this is definitely the type of movie that's more of like a laid back.
Sir,
I heard something about a buffalo.
Oh, I said I could have fought a buffalo.
Oh, I can't. I thought you
could have fought a buffalo,
and I just didn't fit into the context, but I wasn't surprised either. So
that's fair. My back couldn't handle mounting a buffalo.
When that shit kicks in, it makes you feel like you walk in that gym, you can just grab shit with one hand, just start picking up and throwing it.
Yeah,
mounting a buffalo.
But it don't work that way. Don't try it because it's not gonna happen. But it does help you. But
yes,
yeah, shit. But anyways, yeah.
So Paul, you could dive into what you didn't like about it, though. You can dive into negatives.
So I'm very picky if it's, I'll say a foreign film. Like I'll just be completely transparent. Foreign films, if I have to do the reading, I'm very picky because I want it to be visually great. And a lot of times I have to watch those movies twice because the first time I'm reading every single line and casually kind of looking around while reading. And the second time I'm just watching it because now I know the story. So I didn't get a chance to watch it a second time. So it was kind of hard for me to really, really dive deep into it. But I did enjoy the makeup. And like you were saying, paper mache, some of the scenes were great, especially for the time. Because, I mean, it's not like that movie was recently made.
Yeah. How about you, Trevor?
Well, as soon as you mentioned Audition, I jumped for it. The director and also he had a lot to do with the script, but he didn't write it. Tedeschi Miike, or Miike Takaske, is one of my all-time favorite directors. So why is this movie, in horror important? Came out about 1999 in Japan, and it came out the year after The Ring. So it's almost always bunched in with the beginning of J-horror, and also another movement, which is funny because we talked about French extreme, the Asian extreme. Because a lot of stuff was coming out of Korea at the same time that was, a little out there. This movie was the 4th film that Miike made just in that year. He made an episode of his Dead Alive films. He did a film called Les Lanes, and I forget what the other one was. Oh yeah, crap. Well, he did 4. He came from a background of straight to video films, so he's always been very, very used to making films quickly. But he is also part of that interesting new wave that came in the 90s in Japan. So you had, films like The Ring, and the Beat Katano films like Sonatime or Hanabai. And then, of course, the whole Shinya Sakamoto, Tetsuo, all that stuff. So you had all this stuff going on. And that leads up to where Miike is important. And Miike goes on, you think this movie is crazy. Ichi the Killer, which is based on a manga, one of the most famous anecdotes is the title, credit title, comes up out of something that comes out of Ichi, and that actually was Miike's. Research on that. But this is the Katakoris. Eventually, this film called Visitor Q, which actually answers that lifelong question: if you were to have sex with one of your dead relatives in a bathtub and rigor sets in the middle, would it get stuck? So there, boom. This is he's a maverick director. So none of his films are alike. They're all insane, and he makes kids films also. But
I'm going to say this
I love Miike
right now. I can't remember if me and Trevor met at the end of 2023 or 2024, but I'm just going to say it's 2024. And this guy's my person of the year. Alrighty. It's wrapped up. I don't care who I meet after this, unless it's Jesus. And I mean like meeting in person, not meeting someone in heaven. Not ready for that yet.
Okay.
You got a tough chance. I don't think you got to win. Trevor's he's awesome. He's got Godzilla knowledge. His knowledge of this crazy ass horror, and I see he's a big fan of the Asian horror, just the Asian scene in general, the Asian cinema in general, which is awesome because I can learn a lot from him.
I have an amazing amount of useless knowledge. That's what you get after you graduate with 3 degrees in the humanities.
It's very useful.
Yeah.
For stuff like this, we love it. This is awesome.
Thank you.
This is freaking awesome.
His music goes just as deep too. When we were doing those music playlists, that was a lot of fun too. I felt like I wasn't prepared for shit. But you were. No, and I still love your playlist, Trevor.
Well, thank you. Everybody's playlist was awesome.
That's so dope.
But I don't know if you found, not to take it back to the whole show, but I don't know if you found like several days afterwards, there were a couple things you're like, oh shit, I should have put that song on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. I just listening, driving in my car, and then I'd be like, what year did that come out? Damn it. Like, would have been perfect. Whatever.
Live and learn, man. Live and learn. Hopefully there's not a next time, though. Actually, it depends on the playlist. Depending on the playlist.
Yeah.
If it was the first playlist, that's different. But if it's the second playlist, let's hope it's over like some chicken wings or something stupid. Oh shit! But yeah. What were you going into Audition though? What were you going to say, Trevor?
Oh, it's a phenomenal film. The basic story is very simplistic, but a little skeevy to begin with, because you have a middle-aged man who's raising his teenage son. He loses his wife 7 years before. The son pushes him into the idea of finding a new wife. So he and his partner, which are in the probably the V film industry, which kind of slides somewhere in the porn industry plus, comes up with this amazingly misogynistic idea of let's have auditions, but we're not actually going to make anything. We're just going to narrow it down to 10 women you like that are younger than you, and you get to wine and dine them. Yeah, it's hard to really feel sympathy for this man. But that leads up to what is basically kind of a very awkward but very sentimental romance that blossoms between them. This, of course, takes a huge dive off the pier for the third act when she comes for him. That there's no one will have him. She is going to torture him and all those wonderful things. You said about the ending, and you hit it right on the hint. The most disturbing aspects of the ending are the ones that you have to honestly say, okay, so when does reality stop and when does it begin? What are dreams? What, is hallucination? I mean, some of the most intense visuals, like the guy in the bag eating her vomit, things like that are in those sequences.
People are into that shit too. That's the crazy part. Like, it's not just a movie. Like, you posting that shit from real life.
No, he went right into for it too. He was like,
yeah.
Yo, there's a guy. See, with stuff like that, I feel like we have to go back to having that M-word people, and that's called morals. Like, to where there's like no amount of money to where it's like, listen, I don't care what amount of money. There's certain shit I still will never do. You know,
that's on my list.
There's stuff you will do.
They're called limits and borders and boundaries.
Yes. Yeah. We need to get back to that, people.
Well, people just need to respect them.
Yeah, that too.
But if you're into that and it's consensual, it's okay, you guys.
Yeah, and stop hating on crack. Stop smoking crack, people. That's terrible.
We don't judge.
We judge if you smoke crack. Stop doing that. Put the crack pipe down. Pick up a book. Don't sell it. Read it. All right, back to the show.
And it no matter how many times you check, it's not under the bed. So,
That's the sturdy PSA for the day. You guys are welcome. Random shit. I'm telling you not to smoke crack. Just always end up with that.
Yeah, I like that.
But so this is my second time watching this movie, and I watched it today. And I think I enjoyed it as much as I did the last time I enjoyed it, which we'll get into our ratings in a little bit. But it's just like the whole revenge thing, because when you guys were talking about the older guy, the dude that's playing the piano, when she cuts his head off with that wire, that was one of my favorite fucking scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
And you see why she did it, because like the way he's watching her when she's dancing as like a little ballerina, and then when he burns her in her crotch area or groin area with I forgot what the hell he had. But he burnt, and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, oh, man, I can't wait for something to happen to you. And then when it did, like, yeah, that's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. I wish the lighting was a little bit better in this movie, a little brighter at times. I do get why it was dark, but still just to kind of, I feel like more so just to kind of clean it up. Not necessarily being like bright, like brighter where it's supposed to be dark, like light like that. But like you can watch like a movie that's in the dark where you can still see what's going on. It looks nice. It looks clear, but you can still tell it's dark at night. I feel like they could have clean that up somehow. How? I don't know. I'm not a filmmaker. Mick, where you at? Help me. But I mean, other than that, I really enjoyed it. I like the story could have been better, yes, and more tied together. Something just to kind of make you more intrigued for it. But it had a lot of in your face stuff that made it kind of cool, and it was enjoyable though. It was enjoyable.
See, I love Asian horror, so I have a weakness for it. So, see, I got into subtitles. I didn't mind subtitles because I watch anime, so I was used to it. So I started going for it. And I said, "Oh, okay, subtitles." I was watching it. It's just Asian horror is so they put this intense factor into it, like American films and everything. They don't have this intensity that Asian horror puts in, like for their movies and shit. It's crazy. I watched a Korean horror movie before. It was so intense. I was like, why don't we do this? Like, I don't know. So I got a weakness for it. So yeah, I like this because some of the scenes in the torture part, the sawing, like the head and the foot and the needles in the eyeballs. Oh, it's just messed up torture. It's not like overboard, but it's still messed up.
You know, it's interesting as far as the film goes. I mean, how many people? I'm assuming maybe I think it was first viewings for any of us.
This is my second time.
Second. I got how many times? Who did you guys feel sympathy for in the end of the film?
Honestly,
yeah,
for her, or I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did to an extent until she started going after the little boy. Then I'm just like, all right, what did he do?
Well,
just a kid.
With her, there is that whole like dream hallucination thing where you're given a backstory, but like everything that he tries to find out about her is misleading. So, you know, anything that is backstory on her may or may not be part of a broken mind. But it also would make sense, you know, based on how the story goes and, you know, and such. But it almost, one of the big things about the ending, besides the overt torture that I think is more shocking, is the almost montage manner that really horrifying things are just tossed in. That, you know, may or may not be her backstory. So I think that's a testament to the movie in itself. That it doesn't just become a random revenge flick.
No, that's definitely true.
Now I need to rewatch it tonight. Thank you, Trevor.
No, you definitely
now you explained it.
Like, damn it.
I got to go back. Like, I missed a lot. I fucked
this
up.
Is,
like,
this
so
is
that's
one of those,
what that meant. Okay.
This is one of those movies where, like, I guess if you were to be intoxicated in any way, shape, or form, I would say more so on the marijuana side than anything else. Just because it's more like, for me, I'll say I'm more like lax, laid back, but I'm also locked in. So I'm like, oh fuck,
locked in. I don't know. I think you'll lose track.
Well, something I'll point out too, that you know is part of that idea of, you know, what is reality, what is fake, what is hallucination is some of the scenes like the one scene in which Asami and the older gentleman go out to have what looks like beer, that in other scenes reappear in the film, but there's slight differences in dialogue.
Okay.
And there's slight differences that yet again make you question, you know, what is the reality of the situation? You know, are you in her mind completely? You know, you just don't officially know. And that is, I think, a huge strength of the film. It was very different than anything Miike had made at that point, because, you know, I'd say probably there's a good 5-year run of Miike films that the best way you can explain them is just they're kinetic. They are nonstop. They're over the top, loud, bombastic, bloody. You know, that this is that weird film that, you know, just is become the most popular in his catalog. And it's not like his typical cinema. And I think that's why I like it so much.
I just like the craziness of it, to be honest with you. Like, it's just because it's, again, like James was saying, for a lot of American films, we don't get that, and we don't get it as creative as we get it for overseas. Nowhere near it. Like, if we get the gory stuff, it's the same thing. It's like Saw. They copy Saw, or it's a machete, or it's guns, or it's like the same thing. It's not something like this with the thing she was using. Maybe nowadays it is, but again, this movie came out in what, 99?
99, yeah.
99, yeah.
I
So
forgot
back in
what that
99,
tool is called. That's
It's
a
called
real
the,
thing.
no, I
Is,
know.
is some kind? Is it bone saw? Isn't it?
Yeah, bone saw. Yeah, that's it.
That's what it is. Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a fucking like a wire. You just wrap it around. You just start like
Oh,
She showed
I've
us.
seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
And I
so
like how
cool.
they show it too. You just see it like slowly going in. You see the ring of blood.
You know one thing they didn't show, and I want to get your guys' opinion on this. I want to ask you guys, and we all have to be honest for this one. When she grabbed the needle and she was about to stab his tongue,
Oh, yeah.
who wanted to see that scene? And who was glad they didn't show it? Because
I
that was
wanted to
one of
see.
those ones where I was like, I was
I would.
curious. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was curious, but I was like, when they didn't show it, I wasn't mad.
Mhm.
I was like, because that was gonna be some fucked up ass shit. So I'm not mad they didn't show it.
It's
But I
not
was
that
very
bad. I seen
curious.
it in real life. My friend got her tongue pierced. I seen it. They put a big ass needle right through the fucking thing. I was like, cool.
Yeah, but she wasn't going for like the tongue. She was going for like the big ass needle with the whole and going like the tip of his tongue, not like the top. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
At least I don't know what the fuck she was doing.
Yeah, she was gonna stab like to numb it, right? So he can't yell and talk and shit.
You don't know.
I don't even know what the.
I
And for
mean-
one, what's okay. This is the one part I'm not a fan of. Is the end. For one, what's up with the fucking pepper spray chasing the kid out like he's a fly on a wall, trying to catch a fly, running around spraying the can. And I did not like the ending. It was so weak that the kid just kicked her and she fell backwards off the stairs.
Broke her
I
neck.
thought it was going to be like a better, like more intense climax of an ending. I thought the ending was a little like boring, but I still enjoyed the movie though.
Overall, I am
Yeah,
with
overall, I
you on
enjoyed
that
the
though. I am with you, like because I remember you mentioned it earlier, and I went back and watched it earlier. I'm like, yeah, it does kind of bring the movie down not a lot, just a little bit, because that to me the movie was great, well, good. I'm like, this kind of does bring it down a tad, just because the way it ends. Like it could have had a better ending. It could have been more of like a fight, like you were saying, James. More of a fight, even if she still somehow did fall down the stairs, but there was still more of a fight leading up to it. Maybe they got back
like
to
it
the
didn't kill her.
stairs,
She got up. They thought she was dead, and she gets up. You know,
or that something.
but
I will say this though, what I did like is after she did go down the steps, it like shows her laid out and it shows her neck, and then it like has the break happen. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. It didn't make up for the whole steps thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
I actually kind of liked the fact that it was so easy for his son to subdue her, which, yet again, kind of brings in the idea of, how truly, villainous and, is she, that, his son is able to just, kick her down the stairs. But it was interesting when he is staring, the father is staring at Asami on the ground. You hear her say all these things, and maybe I just had a Rollins band moment or whatever, but it was like everything she was saying is what you would consider in a stereotypical gaslighting situation of a guy trying to get into somebody's pants. That really hit me. I thought that was very well done.
Mm-hmm.
I think this movie, to complain about the ending I think it's a movie more based on feel. There's virtually no music in this film, and what little music there is minimal, minus the heinous after credit song, is the sound design. Because, especially during the torture scene, it is horrific, but how the Foley work and the sound design is done, that's, in my opinion, what truly gets you. And, the lack of music is, I actually watched it with my friend John, and we had made a joke of, if Yashizero Ozu was alive today making his Japanese family films about, mannerisms and, being right for the family with Alfred Hitchcock in the 1990s, it would be Audition. Because it does have this, you know, almost very genteel quality about it that it's just, you know, and then it just, in that third act, just goes off the hinges.
Mm.
Yeah, it really just. But like this movie was one of those ones when it picks up with the crazy shit and the weird shit, it don't stop. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like where'd the one chick come from that was trying to use her mouthpiece on his piece? Then he like went and tripped over the bag and she disappeared. This movie confused me.
Mm.
This movie confused me, but I enjoyed every second of it. Besides, and like the stairs scene, I didn't hate it. I just felt like it could have ended better. I'll say that. But Paul, I definitely think you should definitely check this out again and get a second feel for it, just because it's. I feel like it's definitely worth it. And you'll probably pick up on a lot of shit you missed,
Right?
and see how creepy some of those and weird some of those scenes actually are. Because it's like, oh my gosh, and like how she's doing all this stuff without emotion, no emotion at all. That is psychotic.
Mm.
And what's crazy too is I never understood that saying when like a woman goes, "You'll only love me," and usually you go, "Yeah," meaning like no other woman, not your whole family and your own kids. Like you tell me, I don't love you, son, no more because I only love her. That's it. That was like that was crazy thought.
Well, that's,
I was like,
you know,
what the fuck?
You know, I mean, that's just the basic signs of a narcissist. Much less an insane person, which narcissists are insane, but you know, do they, you know, cut people's feet off and, you know,
some might
give the guys their vomit? Well, maybe a select few, worse than most, but you know.
Yeah.
Cutting feet off and shit. Oh man, she was brutal. Yo, she was brutal. Like that's just wild. That was beyond. That's like beyond jealousy. That's worse than breaking your shit. Like she literally she killed her. I'm like, they didn't even. I'm like, wow. I just
Fatal
asked
Attraction didn't have shit on this.
You imagine that shit. Where do you want to go to eat? I told you. I don't know.
Rabbit, in my opinion. So.
Oh shit.
Danju, yeah, the dog. the poor terrier that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna let us pull up what we're gonna be doing next for the next 2 weeks. So Tuesday we have Hard Candy, which that's a fucking that's a movie right there. That's a wild one right there. Next Thursday is Misery.
It's very fitting considering today's movie.
You're next the following Tuesday, and then the following Thursday, Us.
Nice.
After that, it'll be this is.
I can't wait to talk about Us.
I've only seen like bits and pieces of it, so
I got like an hour-long dialogue that I wrote up for my original podcast because we covered Jordan Peele's movie, so I still have everything.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
because I deep dived with Us. I love Jordan Peele.
Oh, Peele,
same here. Down the road, I probably want to do another special thing with his movies. Down the road, yeah, I'm saying that out loud. That's fine though. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but it's definitely gonna be something because you know, he deserves.
I want to see that Monkey Man, that new action film.
When is that coming out?
When he produced, it looks amazing. This one set in India.
April 4th. Yeah, the India.
Is that fighting one?
Yes.
Yeah.
That revenge movie or something, or like.
I forget
That's
the
what it
name
looks
of the martial arts, but
is it like the white monkey or something?
Martial art.
Monkey Man.
Yeah. Monkey Man. My friend Will pointed it my way, and the thing was, it had like a 3-minute like trailer, and it just was nonstop.
Damn. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I might have to check that one out myself.
What about
random trailers? I saw the trailer for the new Crow today.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh no.
No, I mean
Oh.
it's not. I mean I was raised the time that the Obar comic book came out, and it just was that in itself is such beautiful source material. Um, I don't know. I could see some really interesting stuff being done as far as cinematography and stuff like that, but did I get an Eric Draven feel at all from the movie, the source material? Even freaking Edward Furlong was better, and I love Skarsgård. I think he's amazing, but I don't want the Crow to have a little mullet. Eric Draven does not have a little man mullet. End of story.
Gotcha. Shit. See, and I saw it came out today, but I didn't watch the trailer.
In Batman. I mean and Jared Leto, that's a horrible role. So yeah, just aesthetically, it was like, no.
It's fair.
Yep.
Jared Leto. I didn't watch that one yet.
Don't.
Jared Leto.
Don't.
Yeah, I mean, anything. Margot Robbie plays an amazing Harley Quinn, but Jared Leto's Batman is the worst.
What'd you think of Paul Dano in the newest Batman with Robert Pattinson as the Riddler?
I haven't seen that the whole way through yet.
Okay.
So I'm I've only seen bits and pieces, but I've wanted to see it.
When you finish it, I'd love to talk to you about it because I have a soft spot for Paul Dano, a real soft spot.
A soft spot. That's so sweet.
Paul Dano. What a name. Dano.
Yep.
What's up,
Because his name's
Dano?
Paul.
I've wanted to see it for another reason because the Riddler. I like the lore and the history of the Riddler.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've wanted to see it for more the villain than anything else. I mean, Patterson is actually, when he wants to be, a phenomenal actor. I mean, he's he might have done Twilight, but Twilight made it possible for him to do some really phenomenal work.
I really enjoyed them in that Batman movie. To be honest with you, I really enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah,
I didn't think I would either.
Nope.
And I surprised myself. I was like, "Holy shit!" That movie surprised the fuck out of me. I'm glad it did because I'm gonna stop trying to be so judgy, people. No, I'm not.
I lie. I take it back.
I'm lying because there's certain actors, we all know the one, I don't have to name them, that it's fucking for life, and that's just how it is. I can't help myself.
One of my favorite actors happens to be Nicolas Cage, so I feel that we all got our favorites and our.
Well, that's the actor right there.
Yeah, I know it is.
I like it.
I don't mind them. I like
him.
some of the movies. Like I said, one of the best movies I remember is Con Air.
I think he was good in Werner Herzog's Bad Lieutenant, New Orleans. I thought he was great at that, actually.
I never heard of that movie.
They made it. So Harvey Keitel was the name before his Bad Lieutenant, which was famous for like a whole bunch of like really crazy scenes. But I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Oh, good.
So good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, getting old.
No, that was different. That's just like, it's like a sturdy vibe when Horror Search 30 goes on. Only so much Nicolas Cage goes on, and people's mind just get.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
it's not like series of Kevin Bacon. You just Nick Cage, silly,
You don't like Kevin Bacon?
Las Vegas, and then you're Wally's Wonder World of whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you throw a De Palma film in the middle there.
Honestly, I'd rather watch Nick Cage movies than Kevin Bacon's.
Well, yeah, but
not me.
I don't know.
I think I will, honestly, because okay, you got to throw in Tremors.
Mm-hmm.
But that's old school shit. Friday 13th, yeah, that's in there. Then you got, what else did he do? Like,
I have no idea, but
fucking was he?
I'm happy with those three.
I don't remember.
I mean, that was.
Well, other than that, that Stir of Echoes,
which is actually quite good.
Yep.
Invisible Man.
Invisible Man.
Mhm.
Damn, I don't
did
know
enjoy
now.
that take.
He did a fair amount of television. Some of his best work was television stuff because he played an FBI agent on a show for like 3 seasons. It was
The
excellent.
Following.
Bingo. I have not.
Fucking
That
love
was
that show. With
amazing.
Edgar Allan Poe
So-
killer. Fuck, man.
So,
yeah.
oh
That
my
was
god, yo,
great.
when The Following got canceled, I was me and the wife were so mad. Like, what the fuck, yo? Like, you get so invested in a show, spending all this time,
Yeah.
and boom, nah, we're done. Why?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
Such
you
a good show.
motherfuckers like it. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. There was another show I used to watch back in the day on Fox called The Cape.
Okay.
That shit lasted
Oh,
not
I
even a
remember
full
that.
season. Not even a full season. I was
No.
upset.
It was
And there
like-
was,
like
ru- it
four
was, it
episodes
was
in
you
or
know how
something.
like when it's a show you like, you watch it or whatever, then it gets canceled. Then there's these rumors, and you find out that they're fake rumors that it might be coming back. Get all excited and you're like, yeah, I can't fucking wait. Yeah, fuck those people who put those.
Well, the
rumors
only
out
one
there.
that actually came back was Family Guy. When that first came out, I thought it was the most funniest shit ever. Then it got canceled,
For a while,
and
yeah.
I was mad. But then they came back. I was like, yes.
You know what's funny is I never seen it until it came back, and when it came back,
I remember when it
Holy shit.
aired. I remember when it aired because I could not believe that shit was on TV. I was dying.
How did I miss this? How did I miss this?
I missed it too.
Family Guy.
Yeah, it just never really clicked for me. I don't know. I think I had too many friends that were quoting it constantly, so it just got annoying, and I just never watched the show because of that.
No, it's just
I love it.
It's like
I'll still watch
Family
it.
Guy and South Park is like the only shows that can get away saying whatever the fuck they want.
I think it's because the way they do it, though, they talk about everybody and everything. They're not just focused on one group of anybody, which I think is the way comedy should be. And if you can't, and here's how I look at that stuff, right? As far as the whole equality thing, if you can't deal with the comedy, you don't want to be equal. If you can't getting poked at and picked, because everybody gets those jokes. Everybody, every race, every gender, everything, nerd, geek, gangster, all that shit. Everybody. Nobody's special when it comes to that. Even people that you think shouldn't, even people with disabilities get those jokes. So everybody, they just gotta be funny as fuck. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You hear that, comedians? Be funny.
Haha.
Be funny. But no, seriously, that's a great thing about those two shows is they really touch on everyone and everything. So it's just like, oh, it's fucking funny. And everybody's laughing at it because it's like a stereotype. Like, I might not do it, but I have a bunch of family members that do it. And we can all think of a stereotype for our races or whatever and genders, and you know somebody in your family that's that exact freaking walking stereotype, and you're just like, this motherfucker's gonna embarrass me, but I love him.
Yep.
Oh man, that's how we all get along, people. But we're gonna dive into these ratings really quick, and we're gonna get on out of here.
The ratings.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. I had to think about that for a second.
I'm going 7.
7. I figured you would.
Because I have a better understanding of it now, and I want to watch it a second time. For the time being, it's going to be a 5 for me, but I do want to watch it again and see if it goes up from there. Now that I have a better grasp on everything that's going on.
Nice.
5. Nice. About you, good sir?
An 8.5.
8.5.
It's a phenomenal movie. It's not necessarily my favorite of Miike's films, but they're so. I mean, this is a guy who makes kid films also. I mean, he made 2 films based on the concept of Zebra Man, and he's all over the place. So he'll do a kid's film, and then he'll do like an intense gore film afterwards. Like there's no
crazy.
Yeah.
That's walking both worlds, man.
Well,
he don't give a fuck.
In an interview, when they asked him, does he ever turn a script down? And he said, well, unless I'm doing something, no. That he will take on anything as long as, manipulate it into how he wants to make it.
Shit, Paul.
Yeah.
You hear this?
That's from his video film days, in which you you were just popping these things out, and that's a whole element of cinema that nobody can get a hold of, really, because a lot of that was done by like Yakuza and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So there's a whole element of cinema that, unless you have a physical copy, doesn't exist, because he did I'd say probably around 10 15 of those films before doing his first film, I think like 1995.
Shit. That's fucking awesome, though. Paul, what'd you say you gave this again?
A 5.
5? All right, I was just double checking with that.
But it might go up after the second time. Like I said, I want to
I'd
give it a
love to
5.
hear your rating after. Just if it does change up or down, I'd like to hear it when you get a better listen to it. But we are going to wrap this one up, people. So go check us all out, please. Go check out Trevor over at Ambassador Radio. Which
thanks for joining us again, Trevor.
Thank you for having.
Had a great time
with you guys. Thank you so much.
Always great knowledge. This guy's I don't know how you have so much knowledge about this, but I freaking love it. I swear I love it. Anybody who doesn't, fuck them. But this is dope because it's just like, it's so dope because it works with every conversation. I know it's all about the movies and content, but still it works for the conversations. I'm just like, holy shit. Watch.
Well, it's very flattering.
We're gonna find out by the end of this year that Trevor also knows martial arts. We're gonna know how to fight by the end of this year. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. He's gonna do a backflip and shit in the background over there. Talk about somebody's 47. Bullshit. But seriously, people, go check these guys out. We have James, the host. James, I'm a co-host over there. Him and Chris are the hosts of Popcorn and Pints. You got Paul over here, a co-host on the Scene Snobs. He's a producer of the Scene Snobs. You have Trevor over at Ambassador Radio and a fucking wealth of knowledge. You see all that shit behind him? That's not even half of his knowledge. That's not even half of his knowledge. Yeah, that's all his shit. This is green screen, blue screen tonight, actually. That's real. But seriously, go check out these awesome gentlemen. Go check out their shows. Go check out
this is what mental illness will do. So
no, that's what working on your mental health will do, because you're working on your happiness. See that? He's working on your happiness.
Oh, that mental illness makes you a fucking like movie genius. Movie? Count me in. What you got?
Listen, I'm in. We're already there, James. We're already there. But we're gonna get on out of here, people. Have a great, amazing night. I'll see you in your nightmares.